gentlemen, Carrington Banks here to the program. It's got Jake Roberts, Bellator 165, coming up here on the 19th of November. Obviously, he trains down at Black Zillions. We were just talking about Rashad Evans, who most of you know pulled from the fight on 205 because of a bad MRI, which really isn't bad. It's the same MRI he's had since he started fighting, but New York decided to pull him. What's the mood like at Black Zillions after that news popped out that Rashad, who looked good, looked great, had a great training camp, all of a sudden gets pulled from the card?
They feel for him. You know, it's a little disappointment. Everybody was excited to watch him fight because they know the camp and the work that he put in for this fight. And it's a major card in Madison Square Garden, first, card in New York. So just aside from, where the card is and all the hype, following the card, everybody just wanted to see, our teammate go out there and fight and represent and get the W. And he worked really hard this camp, So, the energy is still the same. We feel for him, We know things in fighting happen sometimes that are unexpected, and So basically the energy is the same, but we feel for him. We feel for him.
Well, you're looking at right now. You're about 10 days away from your fight, so you're basically coming up in the last week of training camp. What's going to happen now during this next week of training camp for you?
For me, it's just going to be staying, worrying about my weight cut, focusing on what I'm going to execute in the fight and sharpening that up, basically. So all the work has been done. I've been training even before I knew I was going to fight Jake Roberts. I've been growing and getting better. So it just became more specific once I got an opponent, and I put in all the work well before I even knew I was going to be fighting him. So now at this point, it's just about making sure that I'm healthy, making sure that I feel comfortable with everything I'm going to execute going into the fight.
So obviously both of you are undefeated. You're 5-0 and Jake is 7-0. How do you feel that Jake will do against you coming in? How do you think he's planning to get ready for you?
I think he's probably planning the same way he always plans. He seems like the type of guy that's just like, he seems a little dirty. He seems like he's a little tough, like he comes out, he comes to fight, and he seems like he's got a little heart. So I think his game plan, I haven't even really thought about it, to be honest with you, but I assume, me personally, that's what I see from him. So I assume that's what he's going to bring to the table. So that's what that's how I feel about that. But, like I said, I focus on me, what I'm going to do, and if I focus on what I'm doing, then it doesn't matter what he's doing.
Are you happy with Bellator? Are you comfortable with the way they treat you as an athlete?
Yeah, I've had one fight with them, and it was great. They treated me well, everybody there. So as of right now, yeah, of course, Bellator is great, man. They treat me really good, actually. They do. First fight I was there, man, they treated me amazing. I went out to a fight with Chandler, and they treated me equally the same as, if I was fighting on the card. So I'm happy with Bellator.
How many more fights do you have in your contract with Bellator? Do you know?
Yeah, 4.
4 more.
I got 4 total. So I've had one. This is going to be my second.
Okay. So you got 2 left after this one. You're in a strange position where you're 5-0, but you've been in the game since 2012. You just haven't fought that much. But the whole time you've been training and getting better, but just taking a lot of time off in between fights. So you fought.
Well, that's not the case, actually. But yeah, I never planned on being a fighter when I started. I was doing it for fun. So I was taking time off, and I wasn't training. I would fight. I was in school. I would party. I would chill. I would work. I would say, all right, I'm going to fight again, and I would do it all over again. So it was just a hobby back then. Even though I would come down here every now and again and train with the Black Zillions to help them, as a wrestler, I never had any intentions on becoming a fighter back at that time.
So that year off between Reiserberg and Keith, your last 2 fights, that year off was because you were at school.
No, during that time, that was I just couldn't get a fight.
So now it seems like Bellator all of a sudden, you fought for them once, they loved your fight. 4 months later, you're fighting for them again. So like, and
Yep.
Bellator has this history of getting guys in. They kind of got to wait 8-9 months between a fight because they just have too many people on the roster. But they got you in right away. How come you were able to turn around so much quicker than most of the other athletes?
They must like me, they must, that's all I can say, man. I think I put on a good performance.
Yeah.
The guy was over initially, and I still took the fight. I still fought him. And I didn't get to finish like I wanted to, but I think they were satisfied with my performance, and maybe they see potential in me, and they want to keep me busy, and I want to stay busy. So, and I let them know that, and they put me on a card shortly after. So I appreciated it. They treat me well.
When you say you want to stay busy, what does that mean? Does that mean 5 fights a year? Does that mean 2 fights a year?
I mean, it means, as often as I can fight, as long as I stay healthy when I come out of my fight, like I want to, right now in my career, I'm not in a position where I need to be chilling, after I fight, or I can be chilling, like I'm trying to work my way towards something, and
Right.
chilling ain't gonna get me there. So I want to stay busy.
And so, when this fight came up, did Coach Neal at the Black Zillions, was he like, yeah, this is a good fight for you? I know it's not short notice, but it's shorter notice than what you're used to because of your lifestyle and what you were doing before. Did Neal come up right away and like, yeah, this is a great fight for you, let's get started with this already, or was there a little bit of hesitation?
Nah, he thought it was a good fight. He thought it was a good fight, and he just knows what kind of person I am, and we both know what I'm capable of, especially with him by my side. Like we're not scared to fight anybody, to be honest with you. So there's not too many people that I don't think I can beat, and I don't think there's not too many people that Neil doesn't think I can beat. So even though he's 7-0 and he has a great record, like I'm not fighting the guy's record, I'm fighting him. And he's not fighting my record, he's fighting me. So, like we don't really pay attention to the record or what he's done. We just focus on who I am, and what I'm capable of, and I feel like I'm the better fighter.
So obviously Michael Chandler is down there right now during training camp. He's getting ready for his fight as well. You're getting ready for your fight. Do you guys work out together still? I know you did in the past. You guys still working out together quite a bit?
Yeah, we still work out together.
And so what's it like going with Mike? Because another wrestler, same kind of mentality, same kind of constant drive, same type of even light drilling is still going to be harder than it is with anybody else because that's the wrestler mentality. What's it like having Mike come down for his training camps?
It's nice. I love training with Mike, man, and it's really, like you said, that wrestling mentality and that wrestling energy. He's been around the game for a little bit now, so he's a little bit smarter. So anytime you can surround yourself with somebody who's smarter and who's a veteran and who's experienced some things and can drop some knowledge on you or some wisdom, like it's always, a pleasure to work with a guy like that. And just on an intensity level, Mike always brings it. He always comes with the right mindset. Like his energy is great. He's a champion for a reason, because the way that he trains. So anytime, iron sharpens iron. So anytime I'm surrounded by that and I'm training with a guy like that, it's only benefiting me, and I feel like I do the same for him. So we work well together. I like working with Mike.
Do you look up to Chandler as a role model for just because he's been in the sport longer?
No, I don't look up to any fighter as a role model. I'm trying to make my own name.
Right.
So like when I'm in the same sport as the people I compete with, like there's no room to be like praising them. I respect him and everything he's done. As a human being, I think he's an amazing person. As a fighter, I think he's a badass, but just as a fighter, like you can't be looking up to people, like like I'm my own man trying to create my own thing. So like I'm not looking up to anybody. I'm looking up to myself, and trying to have people look up to me. I'm trying to be the best.
So if you and Mike had to fight, if they come up to you and go, look, you guys are the next logical choice to fight each other, is there going to be an issue because he does training camp down there, you're there all the time, like, or is it going to be one of those things where you're like, hey, yeah, it's just okay, we got to fight each other, this is next?
We haven't even thought about it really. I I got I got a guy, Jake Roberts, in front of me. You know, I
Yeah.
got to beat him first, and then I got to beat probably somebody after that. Then I got to beat another guy after that, and Mike's got to still keep winning. So we're not focused on fighting each other, or having beef or confrontation, because we still got to continue to win
Yeah.
in order for us to even get to that point. So
In my mind, I was thinking that scenario wouldn't even come up for at least 4 more fights or 5 more fights. So I was
exactly,
asking early just to kind of see, because it's interesting to see how the wrestler mindset has always been, yeah, if we got to fight next, if that's the next logical choice, that's the next fight in line. He's the champ, I'm the challenger. Then yeah, we got to fight. Like, it's just what we do.
yeah,
Where other athletes are kind of like, no, man, I'm never going to fight that guy. I'm never going to fight that. I was like, well, because in a wrestling room, every day you're competing with this guy that you might have to
yeah.
finals of a tournament. It's just what we did.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes. So I was interested in just trying to get your take on it. Mike's
Yeah,
mentality, he's like, I don't know. Like, if it happens, we'll deal with it when he gets there. We're not thinking about
exactly. If we got a fight away or 2 fights away, it would probably be discussed. And we're both mature adults. Me and Mike would be able to talk about it and discuss it,
Yeah.
level-headedly. So I don't think there would ever be an issue between us if that ever came up.
It would be the least trash talked fight, I think, around. Because both the guys are like, no, like, I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. He's the guy I train with.
But,
you know.
yeah, and I mean we're pretty real people, so like we can't be fake. It's just not us.
So it's interesting, man. This fight though with Jake Roberts, so I do like your attitude. You're like, hey, Jake's one I got in front of me. This fight, I really do enjoy this fight. I think this fight's gonna be a great high action fight. I think it's well worth the price of admission to watch you live on this one. This one is gonna be a great fight. So if you guys are around San Jose, California on November 19th, get over there to the SAP Center to watch Bellator 165, because this fight is one of the fights on the card I'm really interested in to watch. Not just because I got to train next to and teach Carrington a little bit, but because this fight on paper is explosive. It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah. It sounds that way, but I don't picture it that way. But, I think he's a great opponent. But same thing I said to you when I fought, what's the last dude's name?
Keith.
Well, yeah, when I fought CJ Keith, I just think I'm better in every area.
Yeah.
That's just the case. I think he's the great fighter. I train hard, and I believe in myself. I believe in, my work, and I just think I'm the better fighter. And I don't plan on having, when I go out there, anything can happen in a fight, but I plan on going out and dominating like I always do. So, if that doesn't happen, I'm ready for whatever, but that's my plan.
Thanks so much for coming on here with us today, Carrington. I really appreciate taking some time between practices. Enjoy the next 10 days, man, and enjoy that victory party at the end of the fight.
Say what?
Enjoy the victory party after the fight's over.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to be there. Chandler's going to be there. Linton's going to be there. MVP's on the card. I like that dude. I'm excited to watch him fight. So it's going to be a lit card. I'm excited to fight on it.
Yeah, it's a really good card. There's a lot of good Blackzilians in there fighting on the card. 3 of them.
Yeah,
three guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of us. So I look forward to being able to fight on the same card with Chandler.
Yeah.
With Linton. It's going to be fun, man. It's just going to be like practice.
I like it. All right, brother. Take care. We'll talk again soon.
All right, Trigg. Peace.